Hello, my name is Raymond Dominique Girolte. I wanted to present an idea to bring opportunity and unification to America. I am proposing two things. The first is the creation of a nonprofit called the Unity Matrix. This organization will oversee several things, including a bold new initiative called Moshi. I will go into detail on these later, but first some background on what led me to these ideas. In the interest of brevity, I will make a few generalizations that may not apply to 100% of the people who align themselves with right or left, Republican or Democrat, liberal or conservative. That being said, I wanted to look at some of the main goals of the two major parties in the United States. Democrats want a strong social safety net, stronger education, and equal opportunity for all races, genders, and sexual orientations. Republicans want smaller government and a free market capitalist economy where taxes are not allocated towards social welfare programs. These are good ideas from both parties. However, the implementation of these ideas all suffer from the difficulty of doing so within an economy based on a privately controlled supply of fiat currency. The economy is affected by numerous factors and has been changing quite rapidly with the exponential evolution of technology. Increased globalization through free trade agreements has further accelerated these changes. Within the United States, technology is replacing labor across multiple sectors. There is massive uncertainty within the system, and it has come close to unraveling several times over the last 20 years. It is only through the careful manipulation of the economic system that it has lasted this long, and it is unlikely to continue for much longer due to a fundamental structural flaw within our type of economic system. I will not go into detail about this since others have covered the topic much more thoroughly. Links below. Capitalist and socialist systems have advantages and disadvantages, and many countries use a combination of both. Capitalism has created a huge rise in technology through competition. However, it has the foundational flaw of using the survival of the fittest doctrine. This allows for the most valuable resource, the human potential, to be wasted or underutilized. An entirely capitalist economy would be anarchy with no laws or regulations. Imposing limits on this system is a requirement in order to maintain a civilized society. Socialism instills a sense of community responsibility while providing a safety net for vulnerable citizens. Its foundational flaw is greatly decreasing motivation. An entirely socialist economy would be very bleak since everyone would be treated the same regardless of personal effort, ability, talent, or tenacity. Furthermore, those with natural ability or talent are then enslaved to helping everyone else, yet treated entirely the same. Forcing people to do things, even if it is the right thing, is against the ideals this country was founded on. I believe that anyone with a modicum of logic will realize that helping their community makes where they live better. The free market will not fix these problems effectively, since it is reliant on growth and the generation of profit. Social welfare programs are seen as a black hole into which money disappears. Forcing socialism on capitalists does not work. It is morally wrong and only creates cruelty, division, and crime. Freedom of choice defines America, yet we have no choice when it comes to whether or not we compete in our capitalist economy. Furthermore, if we do well within this economy, our personal gains are then taxed and distributed to wasteful social programs. If we do poorly in the capitalist system, we face homelessness, sickness, and death. The working solution has been to implement a compromise between the two, inserting socialized systems within the capitalist economy, such as the fire and police departments, Medicare, Medicaid, and the armed forces. While this has worked to a point, it seems the struggle between socialism and capitalism continues, and until we learn from our past mistakes, we will see the same cycles of war, economic depression, and hardship. The goal is to create a social safety net that is separate from yet connected to the capitalist economy, where if someone falls through the cracks or cannot compete due to mental or physical disability, they are still cared for, and the least we provide our fellow citizens is food, shelter, and opportunity. The first step towards this goal is the formation of Unity Matrix, a foundation that will oversee funds for initial investors as well as scholarship programs for students who wish to participate in MOSHI. MOSHI is an acronym for Meritocratic Open Source Humanitarian Initiative. All contributions will be completely transparent and available for everyone to analyze, learn from, and improve upon. Decisions will be meritocratic in that only the best ideas given will be implemented. All contributions will be tracked and credited to those that made them. Due to the open source nature of the project, participants may build off one another's ideas, hopefully leading to greater improvements. Unity Matrix will also oversee the design and engineering of the Unity Farm, or U-Farm for short. Unity Farms will have housing for one person, as well as an attached hydroponic, aeroponic, and aquaponic farm that can grow enough food for the individual along with surplus crops. Integrated passive and active electricity generation, passive such as solar, wind, geothermal, active through a connected fitness machine, rain collection and composting capabilities, as well as carbon collection and moss-coated exterior for the elimination of urban pollution. Each U-Farm will have a computer containing an Artificial Intelligence Assistance Program, or AI. The AI will be networked with other Unity farms and used to coordinate and track the economy. More on this later. The AI will also help occupants however they choose, such as Unity Farm operations and maintenance, education and training, future job placement, mental health and addiction assistance, nutrition, exercise, and health information as well as advice, and finally social and business connections within the Unity Farm matrix. Initial investments to Unity Matrix will determine the scope of how many U-Farms are created. Investment funds that go towards scholarship, Unity Matrix staffing and operations, as well as a one-year budget for Unity Matrix will not be counted towards this total. Any investments after the initial creation of U-Farms will go towards the creation of additional U-Farms, as well as continued scholarships offered through Unity Matrix. Unity Matrix and youth farms will have an internal zero-sum economy. The currency for this economy, known as unities or units for short, will be symbolized by the Greek letter omega upside down. The initial investment pool, as calculated earlier, will determine the total pool of unities within the economy. Initial investors and contributors who do not receive scholarship or funds will receive positive unities within the economic system. Residents of U-Farms will have negative unities based on the total cost of one U-Farm, as well as supplies for beginning operations and operating cost for 3 months. Food sold outside of the Unity Farm system will determine the food's unit value. Food sold by residents can be exchanged for either dollars or unities. This allows residents to eventually own their U-Farm. Unities will have no monetary value outside of the system for as long as the sum of the entire system is 0. Unities will be allowed for currency exchange once the total goes above 0. This characteristic keeps the economy of the system separate from, yet connected to its foundational capitalist economy. The economic system of the Unity Matrix and U-Farms will be called the Uneconomy. The debt-based fiat currency system of the United States has an expiration date. I'm not looking to eliminate this system, but it needs to evolve. Evolution is a process that adds to existing systems and enhances them. The failing of social welfare programs in the United States is that they are run on borrowed money. These programs furthermore create incentives that are antithetical to upward mobility. Capitalism has its virtues and should not be replaced with socialism. However, it shouldn't have life and death consequences either. Moshi and the Unity Matrix seek to create a new system that is there for people in need, a system that combines the spirit of the American worker with the heart of the American people. This is not a handout, this is an opportunity for all. It will be safety during difficult times, it will provide Americans with even more freedom to live the life they choose. Thank you for listening to my idea. Please leave a like below and follow the link to the GoFundMe if you wish to contribute to the development of this idea. Please share this video on your social media and start a conversation. We need a national project to come together, and I believe the engineering of the U-Farms as well as the development of the social system for the Unity Matrix farm system would be a great way to bring people together in these divisive times. Once again, thank you.